Hello everyone, I'm Lynn Milsom and I'd like to welcome you to Fibre Arts Boot Camp on this beautiful October day in the Okanagan in British Columbia. Coming into view you might see some of the llamas, and Fibre Arts Boot Camp is the educational arm of Llamas in the Raw Camelid Sanctuary, and this is how we raise funds for the camelids, llamas and alpacas that we rescue, rehome and give respite to. This short video is for Becky in England, a long way from here, and if, like Becky, you've never crocheted before, but you find yourself with an art yarn in one hand and a mega hook in the other, and you don't know what to do with it, I hope I'm going to help you. Right, well, the first thing that you need to know when you get your skein is how to find your way into it. Pull it open. Snip off the card. And where the bow is where the yarn is joined. So you'll find your end for working with there, like that. Now you would probably want to wind this into a ball, but I'm just going to tuck it out of the way for today because we don't have that much time. Now here you can see some examples of Freeform mega crochet, and that's what I'm going to be showing you. It's really only 1 or 2 stitches that you need to know. There's not a lot to memorize. It's, as it says, Freeform. You let it shape, and it will become whatever the yarn lets it become. This is a teapot cozy, and this is a cafetiere cozy, and you may see Cusco from this yarn. If you've never crocheted before, I'm going to show you a very simple stitch, but the basis of all crochet is the slip stitch. So take a yarn, make a loop, just fold it over like that, and pull the yarn through it. You've probably done this for many reasons on other occasions and didn't realise that's called a slip knot. Keep the tail in your left hand, and this is the working yarn, which will be in your right hand. Take your mega hook and put it into the slip stitch. Pull it up comfortably. Now there are 2 ways that you can hold the yarn. Whichever one you find is most comfortable is the one for you. You can either put it over the hook like that and pull it through. I'll show you that again. Take the yarn, put it over the hook and pull it through. Or a more elegant way is to actually catch it between any fingers on the left hand while you hold the tail with the left. Then you can just put the hook under and pull it through. And I am making a chain. Probably made daisy chains when you were younger. It's very similar. The thing about the art yarn is that it is irregular, so you're going to get lumps and bumps, but that's what makes it so attractive. On here, each of these lumps creates its own little feature. So I'm making a chain, and you simply chain to the length that you want your piece to be. I will be showing you how to join it into a round, which is how this one was made. This one was crocheted as a straight piece and then just laced together around the teapot. So you can see this is very irregular, and what I should have done was shown you a chain with a regular piece of yarn so you could see how it looks. And perhaps I'll do that afterwards. So assuming you want to make a cowl, you will keep making a chain until you reach the length when you wrap it around your neck, if you want it to be, or how round you want it to be for something like a cozy. I'll do a few more and show you holding the yarn in this hand. I hold the tail in the left, the yarn in the right, wrap it over and pull it through. And let the hook do the work for you. It should be easy and it should be enjoyable. You don't have to get white knuckles gripping anything. Keep it all very loose and calm. So I've got quite a nice size there. I could make ear warmers with that, and with the children's classes generally that's what we show them to do. I'll show you a couple of stitches from a different angle so that you can really see what's going on. Hold the tail in the left, yarn in the right, put it over the hook and pull that one through the previous stitch. So this is your stitch, put your yarn over the hook, hold your tail and pull the previous stitch over that one. You could do this with your fingers as well. You can make a chain with your fingers. I'll show you a couple of stitches holding the yarn in the left. So hold the tail just the same, but instead of picking the yarn up and wrapping it around, you tuck the hook under and pull it through. This is actually the easiest way, takes the least effort and it's more elegant, but if you find that too much to manage to begin with, take the yarn in the right and do it. Now because this is freeform mega crochet, it doesn't matter when we join it if this is twisted, because you're going to work in and out wherever the fancy takes you anyway. If you were doing a regular conventional piece of crochet, you would not want to twist this when you join it. Anyway, find your first stitch, that one there, bring it over and slip it onto the hook. So now you have 2 stitches on the hook. Hold both the tails together now and pull that first stitch through the second one, and that's it. Pull up your tension a little bit. That's joined. And now you're simply going to work round and round, finding a stitch and working into it. Keep your tail out of the way just to begin with till you know what you're doing. Find the first stitch you come to, that's a nice looking one. Put your hook in, wrap the yarn around, pull it through the first and pull it through the second. There, you can see where that stitch has gone through into that hole, and you've created a slip stitch, a single stitch, sorry. Now find another stitch, next one, there. Put your hook in, wrap the yarn around, pull it through the first and pull it through the second. You've created another single stitch. Here you see that was the one you worked into last of all. So here's the next. Yarn around, pull it through the first, pull it through the second. Next stitch, yarn around, pull it through the first stitch, pull it through the second. And so we go. Just keep going. Let the yarn do what it wants to do. You see here there are twizzles and little bits that are forming. Just let that happen. It's all part of the character of art yarn. So keep going all the way, and eventually you come back to the beginning. It doesn't matter if you don't find the exact stitch that you began at. The important thing is to enjoy what you're doing. And remember, if you don't like a stitch that you've done, you can undo it easily and do it again. The yarn's getting more interesting now because we're getting further into it.
So how do you undo a stitch if you make a mistake?
There's a wasp there. I get a bit panicky with wasps. Just take your hook out, hold on to the stitch that you don't like, and just follow it backwards. That's the one that you passed over. Pull it out of there, and there you are. There's your previous stitch. If you do it calmly and gently, you can take it back as far as you want to. Now what will happen when you're going through on the second round, all these nice features from the spinning will present ideas to you. And here we are, we're approaching the original first stitch. You know that because here's the tail. We're going to carry on doing the same thing. So here is the stitch we worked, the first stitch which was worked, and when you work a chain stitch, and as I said, I'll do a chain on a more conventional looking fabric afterwards so you can see the very definite chain stitches, but the chain stitch consists of 2 strands, 2 legs, like that, all the way, 2, 2. Now, I like, for freeform crochet, I go into the back of the chain, but you can go into the front leg. It gives a slightly different effect. I like it because it gives a running line all the way around. There's one there. And really you just pick and choose. You might see a lovely bobble there, like that one, and not want to push it to the back, because when you crochet that, it's going to end up at the back of your work. So in order for it to come to the front, just pick up a strand and work behind it. And then that nice piece of colour stays there, visible at the front. You can't see it very much on the first round, as we're doing, but as you work your way around, you'll become more and more adventurous and gain confidence.